IVM.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM
Daily.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode of IVM Daily. Today is a very historic day because the Supreme Court of India has decriminalized homosexuality, and we at IVM are celebrating this historic occasion. This has been the Indian LGBTQ community's win against the Section 377, which has been around for 158 years. Joining me today over call from Calcutta is our host of Keeping It Queer, Navin Noronha. Hi, Naveen.
I'm so excited, you guys. This is so amazing.
What was your first reaction when you heard that gay sex has been decriminalized?
Well, my heart just stopped. It's like, for the past so many years, since you all have known me, obviously, you'll have heard me talk about it day in and day out,
Yes.
And it's like, for me at least, because I'm a very openly gay man, I can still deal with the joy and sorrow of what's being out there. But I think it's a very important moment today for those who are in the closet to come out and talk about their freedom struggles.
Right.
So it's like they just need the push that society can give them, that openness that they can actually go out there and be who they are. I think that moment is required today, and that's what happened today.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I can't even imagine how the LGBTQ community must be feeling today because, like, me being a straight person and, like, my other straight friends also, we're all just so happy to hear this. And it just gives us, a sense of hope that there are good things happening in this country.
Yeah.
And so Naveen, you've been around a lot, lately you've come up a lot. You've done an episode with Amit Verma on The Seen and the Unseen, and you also tweeted something a couple of days ago that got published in Midday.
Yeah.
And I was following you and I liked that tweet, and it already had some thousands of retweets and likes.
Yeah, which was surprising to me myself. It was basically one of those, I was reading up on certain things that, we are coming close to the freedom struggle. And I was basically sitting in a bar and just crying and getting drunk. And I saw a photo by Colin Mockery, who's one of my improv idols from whose line is it anyway. And he posted a photo with his daughter, who's a trans person and has transitioned to a woman. And that really touched my heart. And, it's closer to home. My mom has been really accepting, and the conversations we've had in the past 3-4 years since I've spoken to her about it has been very profound. So I think it's important to have these conversations and put them out there so people who are not sure of what it's like being queer will know that there's an entire support system, and that begins at home as well for a lot of us. Not everybody's that lucky, obviously, but for me, I think it was a very important key point in my life that I found acceptance in my family life, and that made me a better person, a better comedian, a better, well-rounded LGBT person. So I think that's why it's important to put these stories out there, to talk about it. And today is landslide victory. All 4 judges conquered. It's amazing, man. It's a long time coming, but we finally have these rights.
Yeah, and so Naveen, I've known you since 4 years now almost, and I mean, I've seen you, come out to all your friends and your family, and in your tweet you said that your mom wished you came out sooner.
Yeah.
She said that to you?
She said that, because, you know what? She was like, why do you live with all these, issues in your life, for all these years? Why don't you just come out and talk about it? And I'm like, mom, it's not easy because our family is orthodox and, conservative nature and all of that. But she's like, I don't think I ever raised you to be, held back. I've always told you to speak your mind and be who you are. And today, I feel proud of the fact that she herself wanted me to, be more approaching towards her. Instead of, I think that's one thought pattern that you have as a gay person, is that you like to shy away from the fact as much as you can. So you end up hiding a lot, So I think I was hiding myself from my friends, from my family, from all those who are close to me. I've not gone to a family function for the last how many years, I don't remember, because it's difficult to bring out these conversations and then talk about it at a family function, But now I'll go back to one of the functions and then really own up to it, because I think one of these things, even despite my orientation and my openness about it, there's still a certain held backness, to it. So I'm not going to hold back anymore, I feel. I think that the law being on my favor now is emboldened me, if nothing else. So that's a good thing. And the reason my mom, I think, spoke about it also because around the same time, I think my mom also found out about my nephew's autism. So I think it was like one of those two things that hit the family at the same time, you know. So for her, it was also like there was so much we were dealing with at the same time together. So I think if the gay thing would have come out a little earlier, it would have been better. And I also wish I'd come out sooner, basically. But like things are such that this is what it is. And today I'm not holding back. Today I'm just like, if you go to my Twitter today, it's completely colored. It's completely loud and proud and out there. I'm missing homophobes left, right, and center. I've been on calls this morning across like different journalists and I've been talking to a lot of people. And that shows that the popular media is now on our side. They are literally looking out for stories that were under the radar so many years. And now it's like coming out. So it is coming out in the real sense of the term, you know. And like now everything is going to change for the better, but also like there's also going to be like a lot of worries regarding that, you know, like how do we proceed from here? Like for every pride that we've had for these past 2 years, abolishing Section 377 was the main concern. I wonder where the LGBT movement will go next. How do we streamline the demand for marriage equality? How do we make sure that there's better health procedures in place? How do we make sure there's better mental health checkup procedures in place, you know?
Right.
But one beautiful thing about this is that now when the law says it's okay, every parent out there will also feel comfortable not shunning their kids.
Yeah.
Because in their eyes, they're not criminals anymore.
Exactly. I'm sure it's like eliminated the whole stigma against
Not entirely.
LGBT.
I'm pretty sure that like there's still like a lot of people wondering why are they allowing people to have anal sex. That's the people look at it as a disgusting thing. So that kind of like moral dilemma is always there going to be in minds of Indian parents or Indian conservative older people. But beautiful thing is like since I've been on tour with my comedy show now for the past 3 months or past 2 months, I've met like people across the spectrum, across financial backgrounds and across cultures and genders. It's amazing that almost like 85% of the people I've spoken to are really positive towards same-sex equality now.
Yeah.
So there is general current movement that's kind of building up and the tide will turn sooner or later. And we are there. As a country, we've always been very pro-gay rights, but then it all got skewed in the middle and now we're finally getting our bearings back. So we're pretty much going to find our comfort in our own way and next up, like, getting housing rights as gay couples, that's one more priority for a lot of people. You don't have to like live as roommates anymore, hide behind closed doors and do your business. So all of that.
You recently had the LGBT rights activist Ashok Rao Kavi on your show, Keeping It Queer. So how are you and all the others who've been on your show? How's the entire LGBTQ community celebrating today? What are you up to?
Well, I'm in Calcutta, so I'm missing out on everything that's happening in Bombay. Like Bombay is pretty much throbbing. Like there's 4 parties happening tonight, and I can't make it to any of those. Calcutta, on the other hand, is a little slow as a city, as you know. So I think they'll realize by the weekend that we've got liberation and they'll party then. So I'll join in when that happens. I put out a tweet saying that if there are any queer activists who are doing any kind of gatherings, I would love to join in. And so I'm just like going out to meet people now, talking to journalists, and like interacting with more and more people about this.
Nice.
Today's a good day.
So anything happening in Calcutta right now? Like since you're there today, what's the situation there?
As of now, nothing. So I'm like I've been looking up online as well. There's no real noise as such.
Okay.
But I'll see if I can find something. Mainly my job is now to also go around talking to people about what they feel. So I'll do that today.
Okay. And Navin, any final words, thoughts on this?
To all the people who are listening to the show, for all the people who have tuned into either Unseen Unseen or Keeping It Queer or Cyrus Says, and I've listened to stories of people who are from the queer background. Thank you. People have been really supportive. I have so many people writing to me today from people who have listened to Varta Lab or Keeping It Queer. It means a lot when there's a support system out there. When I began this journey of talking about it publicly, I felt I was really alone and I was going against the tide, but now it's not so much.
Yeah.
I have some people from the comedy fraternity also really backing me up and opening up about their gender bi-curious nature and stuff like that. I think that's important because there has to be some catalyst, some stimulus to get the ball rolling. So to everybody who's listening today, be that stimulus, be that catalyst. Talk about it so more people can then eventually end up getting inspired from the conversation, and then we can have a better understanding of who we are, where we're heading as a community altogether.
Cool. Thanks, Navin. Thanks for joining us.
All right. Bye. And
Bye.
if you're listening from Calcutta, then my show is on 9th September at the Room. Please come there. It's at 8:30.
Guys, go check out his show. He talks about a lot about coming out of the closet and a lot of funny
Growing up
stuff.
in India.
Thanks, Navin.
Yeah.
We'll catch you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride. That was Navin joining us from Calcutta to celebrate the LGBTQ community's victory. You can follow him on Twitter and Instagram at House of Noronha. Let us know your thoughts on the Supreme Court's verdict. You can tweet to us at IVM Podcasts. You can also reach out to me on Twitter. I'm at Jaanam Diwan. This is me signing off. Until next time. Bye.
How aware do you think you are of your laws and rights? Do you look up to laws when you are caught up in situations? Do you know what your rights are when you're stuck somewhere bad? Well, here's a show that can help you move an inch closer to being aware of what your rights are. Tune into Know Your Qanoon with me, Amber Rana. This is a podcast meant to answer all your law-related queries. Catch Know Your Qanoon every week on the IVM website or the app or anywhere you get your podcast from.
Hi, I'm Vishal Gondal, an entrepreneur. I've had the chance to meet and understand how some of the super achievers have hacked their way to success, and they have done spectacular innovations. Now I take a closer look at these people's lives to find out what lies beneath the force, only on the Vishal Gondal Show. Episodes out fortnightly on Wednesdays on the IVM website, app, or your favorite podcasting platform.